On this episode of Jeffy Lube, we're going to be putting on a carbon fiber spoiler on the ATS V. This is a MaverickMan wicker bill carbon fiber spoiler, and it's a piece of work. It is absolutely beautiful. The weave matches the factory carbon fiber exactly. Can't wait to put this thing on. This ATS V did come with the carbon package, so it has the higher spoiler. It's about 2 inches high, which this wicker bill will mimic. So to get this installation started, I ordered some things from MaverickMan. I ordered these gasket sets, which basically go around the perimeter of the spoiler, around here, all the way around to seal it off from water, because these holes will be exposed. And what we'll do is we'll actually put a little mat on each one of these posts to make sure that it seals and is watertight. You want to put this gasket along the edge where it'll contact the trunk surface. This will help to keep water out of your trunk as well as prevent any kind of rust that may happen. Also, it comes with these little circles which you'll want to put around each stud to prevent that from leaking as well. This combined together should stop all water from getting in. So next, we'll need to start taking off the rear trim panel for the trunk. Use a long flathead screwdriver for this task, which will then expose a small bolt. And this is where we get started. Now we'll use a trim removable tool to get of these points taken off and get this cover off. Another thing I forgot to mention, these actually need to be broken away from the trunk lid before this can be removed. And there are snaps all around the perimeter that need to be popped with that trim tool. In order to properly remove the spoiler, make sure to mask all the areas around it, as you'll be using pry tools to get and break the seal. This is double-sided taped onto the car, as well as has push pins and 4 bolts. So make sure to slowly go down with these different pry tools with a heat gun to break that seal. So I just got the spoiler off. It was a little bit harder than expected. So recommend use 4 or 5 of those panel pullers to make sure that you're getting it underneath here to break that seal, the double-sided tape that goes all the way around. As you see, there's still some left. Then make sure that these plastic push pins also come out. If you can use a small screwdriver to push the head in before you pull it off, it'll make it a lot easier. So I am super anal about things, so I made sure to clean up all the double-sided tape. Then I went back and I actually buffed this area slightly, even though it's not visible. Still want it to be as clean as possible for this install. Another thing to mention, so that you can either put bolts in here, or like most of the other people on the internet, they just use double-sided tape to cover these end holes, and that should prevent any leaking from coming in. Now it's time for install. Installation is reverse of removal. And this, look at that spoiler. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Here are a couple tips that I learned through doing this installation. When taking the spoiler off, make sure to use a heat gun and heat up all the double-sided tape around the perimeter of the spoiler. And then using those trim removal tools, actually try and cut the double-sided tape. Do not try and prop up or pop up the actual spoiler.